children that are overweight and sitting at home, playing games, eating the wrong things. Small children with diabetes, and diabetes 2 is really going down in the ages. And children with concentration problems. That is today's reality. This is what they eat. It's common. I mean, when I was small, I also ate that, but it wasn't as often. And the teeth. I mean, the children's teeth these days, loads of children that are 6 years old have holes in their teeth. It's not supposed to be happening. A general snack. A lot of kids need snacks, they want snacks. And of course, when they're eating high-carb food, they need to snack often. And this is what we see that they are getting. Juices and sodas and cool drinks, fruit yogurts. It seems healthy, but it's not. It's full of sugar. Cornflakes. Cornflakes is very common in Sweden for kids as a snack. Muffins and cakes, bread, chocolate milk, and cool drinks. Easily snacks. You see it all the time. Then you get the dinners and the meals that the children are eating. And you might think it's a good meal, but macaroni cheese, I loved macaroni cheese when I was growing up. It's just full of carbs. There's nothing in there that's good for anybody. And not for the kids either. My 7-year-old, she's the one that's been eating low carb since she was born. So she's totally into it. She knows. And when I fetch her at school in Sweden, you know, all food is included in the schools. They get a cooked meal for lunch, and they get snack in the afternoons and breakfast if you need that. When I fetch her from school, she'll say, "Oh, you know, Mom, today it was sandwiches, so you know I'm going to be hungry." And she's only 8, or she'll be 8. We went shopping the one day, and there was a guy in front of us with his daughter, and he had Fanta and white bread. And my little girl said, "Do you know how bad that is for you?" I never speak to her about weight. She doesn't know that I've been really fat. I've lost 90 pounds, so, just so you know. She doesn't know any of that. I just tell her this is what's good for your body. This is what helps you learn. My other 2 teenagers, I told Daniel, don't sit next to me and eat on the low-carb cruise. Because he's a junkie. He's a total carb junkie. Sorry, Daniel. But it's the truth. I started too late with them, and they're really addicted. And I don't buy home. I don't buy any foods that are high in carbs. So whatever he eats, he buys himself if he wants the carbs. I refuse. But the one thing that Daniel did say to me at one stage was, as long as you know, Ma, the one day I really need to eat low carb, or I really feel I'm ready to do it, I know all the theory. It's true. Children like fat. I must have seen about over thousands of children go through my preschool door. They love fat. They love butter. Obviously, there's an exception to the rule. But I mean, have you seen children that lick off the butter of sandwiches? Yeah? And I reckon they need it, because they eat such low-fat foods generally. That's where they get the energy from. That's what makes them full. And it tastes really nice. Question can be, what fats should we give the children and ourselves? Coconut oil, ghee. Is it ghee or ghee? Yeah, I'm English speaking, I don't even know these words. Avocado, butter. Obviously avoid the oils, and especially sunflower oil with all the omega-6 oils. I give my children omega-3, and in Sweden, the omega-3 that is for children, which there's loads of different kinds, they are all omega-3 and omega-6, and fruit flavors. We obviously want to avoid the omega-6. So then I just always say to people, just buy the adult omega-3. It doesn't hurt them. But on the Swedish boxes, it always says not for children under 12. And I don't know why. Lisa, my little one, she just holds her nose and takes a spoon. It doesn't taste nice, but I mean, she does it. there's so much hidden sugar in the food. Sugar in itself is really easy to distinguish. We know how it looks, we know how it smells, and we know how it tastes. So that's not a problem. But then you get the other sugars. A banana is the equivalent of 4.5 sugar lumps. Jam, in Sweden we eat more pancakes than jam than pancakes and syrup. A spoon of jam is 2 sugar lumps. Fruit yogurt, a portion, which is about a bowl, 8 sugar lumps. A glass of juice, 6. A portion of cornflakes, 3.7. Ketchup, anybody know what a tablespoon of ketchup is? 2.5.
Is that the Swedish ketchup?
Mm.
It's not as sweet.
Oh, is this the American one sweeter?
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Cornflakes.
And cornflakes, yeah. I know the cereals are really horrific. A day in the life of a child. Breakfast, not uncommon that they drink chocolate milk or strawberry milk or any other flavored milk for breakfast. And sandwiches. This is turbo energy. It's not the energy they need, it's turbo. At our schools, they often have a fruit during the mornings at school. More energy. And what do we want our children to do at school? We want them to sit still and to learn and to concentrate. And the teachers are saying that there's never been as many children with hyperactivity problems, ADHD, that there is today. And I just wonder why. Lunch, in the Swedish schools, they get a cooked meal. Macaroni is so common. And I know that they say to the children that you can't have more meatballs until you've eaten up your macaroni. So I had to have a meeting with my daughter's school to tell them that we don't want the macaroni. I really wanted to eat the meatballs only. And then as afternoon snack, more energy. But now they may be outside playing, so it works. But it's not the best for them. And then maybe some other snack when they get home, fruit yogurt, muffins, whatever, and then dinner. And then it's time to go to bed after a whole day of turbo energy. And you have a child that doesn't want to go to sleep, can't go to sleep, and is up and about. That's why. And that's why it looks like it does today. I reckon it's worse here than what it is in Sweden, but the rest of the world is just following. It's just a few years behind. Always read the labels. In Sweden, everything is always by 100 grams. So we don't have to work out how much there is. So whatever label you read, it's always generally how much there is in 100 grams. So we have a look at the carbohydrates. And what I usually recommend to parents and even people themselves that want to eat the low carb is have your own borderline of 5 grams. No more than 5 gram carbs per 100 grams. Then you can stick to quite a low carb diet. And then we have something called E621. Did anybody recognize what that is? It's the same. We have all the E numbers in Europe. Glutamate. It's in loads of foods and loads of stuff that our children are eating. In spices, ready-made spices, ready-made foods, cakes, ice cream. It is in so much. And it's used because the food that they have made is so poor and so bad that they have to increase the taste and the flavor to make it taste like it's supposed to taste. And they add glutamate. In Sweden, it's allowed to have glutamate in the foods. It's a continuous debate about the issue, and the government there reckons that, but as long as you eat a little bit, it's okay. But who knows what a little bit is? I mean, some children are eating all their meals every day, fast food, crap, full of glutamate. Headaches, problems sleeping, depression. This is not what we want to give our children. So I always say 2 things to read on the label is the carbohydrates and if there is glutamate in the food. If there's 2 things to avoid, that's it.